Oh, hi. This week we're overhauling my entire Artist Alley display, my table setup for art fairs and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch of new supplies between getting my tax return and a couple new folks over on Patreon supporting the channel, and just me as a person in general. I was able to reinvest into some better supplies that I think is going to help me continue to do better and better as we truck along. I have one more order to come in, another order to make that will then have to come in, and I have to go pick a really big ticket item up, but I will bring you with me on that adventure and we'll do a whole new mock setup, test everything out. I have a bunch of ideas. I did a whole sketch. Only after I did this really intense sketch did I learn that there is actually a 3D model feature on my paint program. Let's unbox some stuff, shall we? I was down to my last two bubble mailers. I keep two different sizes, and this is all that's left of both of those. I am surprised this is bothering me, but the color was not the same with this new batch that I got for this smaller size. This is what I use for like mailing out earrings, necklaces, and keychains, really small items like that. So I got 50 of those, and then I got 2 packs of 50, so 100 of these bigger ones that are perfect for mailing out most of the bags that I make. Not the tote bags, those have to go in like the big poly mailer bags, but wristlets, keychain bags, dumpling pouches, stuff like that, I'll go in here. Yes, I did get this stuff from Amazon. Only order stuff from there like maybe 2, possibly 3 times a year. Then another thing I got from there is this heavier box, but for what's in here actually is not as heavy as I was anticipating. This also isn't just gonna be display stuff. I have business things to tend to, including destroying some of my old inventory, and I will explain why. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have broken that because I should probably transport what's in here in the box it came in. There they are. I was looking for my craft scissors. Found them. Oh man. Why are these all in individual bags like this? Wildly annoying, but these are all connector pieces and a little tiny rubber mallet. It's much smaller than I expected. I have a bigger one, so I wasn't worried about it. What lies in here is my biggest upgrade I've ever made for my table display. And that is a brand new set of both flat plastic and these like gridded wire cube setups. And I got a mixed container like this because I like the gridded ones because I can hang stuff from it. I have a whole bunch of ideas for how to go about hanging stuff from it. But the flat ones will mean I won't have to try to like pin fabric behind my display that never looks really nice to block out light from behind and give like a little privacy. It's also gonna give a good solid background for my signage because I'm gonna permanently display my banner that I made that I have gotten very little use out of. I think it should fit on this if I tape it up. Actually, the permanency is going to depend on how wide it is. I think it's too wide for this. I think that's a bad plan. I think I'm going to have to tape it up as we go. I just got to figure out how to transport it better. That's for well down the road. So there's 15 of the plain ones. There's, I think, 29 or 30 of these gridded ones. It can build up to 12 cubes. It does change depending on the format of your setup, where the cubes I've been using, I thrifted that whole set, which makes 4 cubes from a Goodwill. I got that whole set for like $3, but there weren't connectors to it. I ordered some connectors, but they weren't the right size for the gauge wire. These are definitely smaller. I think the other ones are 14 inches tall, and these are like just under 12 inches tall, and they're lighter weight. These are like narrower pieces, like smaller gauge. I think it's gonna take less of a toll on me to set these ones up. And the fact it has plastic connectors that come with it, let me just double check. Seeing as I have been burned before, I would like to confirm. It doesn't have like a satisfying click noise, but there are worse problems to have. If I took this over here, oh yeah, way better. Oh, that's way better than the ones that I've used before. Perfect. I actually wonder if the ones I already ordered that didn't work for my previous setup will fit these ones. I still have them just in case. Maybe this is a new home for them. Well, we're definitely going to do a test setup with these just to make sure I can do it in a timely manner. I am going to have to time myself because often you only have so many hours, sometimes just 1 hour to set up when you work an event. I gotta be speedy with it. The thing I'm most excited about with this is that it means I don't have to bring any of my other display pieces, and that is usually the time consuming part loading into an event, because I can't carry them all in one load. It's 2 if not 3 trips. So if I can cut down my actual load in time, that's gonna strongly increase the amount of time I have to set up, and also just less wear on my body, which is nice because carrying really heavy stuff is annoying. And also, like, I'm impatient when it comes to waiting on other things that are out of my control. So cutting down the amount of time I have to wait to use an elevator or a ramp to get out of an event space, the happier of a camper I will be. Then I really wanted to streamline the look of the display pieces on my table. So because I have a ton of gridded wire stuff, instead of the plastic Lazy Susan and a couple other display pieces I've had on my table before for like the front section, I got a handful of basket styles in pairs from the dollar store. So my thinking is small things like the keychain bags and the dumpling pouches can go in a basket like this. It's also going to make it way more visible from the sides. So if you're not looking directly down at it, you'll still be able to see from all angles. Things like this will be good for my zippered pouches, like the ones that aren't already made with a strap attached. Also, fun thing I'm going to start doing is, rather than spend the time making the wristlets the way I've been doing them and dying on the inside every time I have to make the strap pieces, it's my least favorite part, and it really makes me not want to make those bags, where everything else is fine. So I got a ton of different types of nylon strapping and other kinds of strapping, just a lot of strapping. Different colors, different materials, different widths, and a bunch of like swivel bag clips. So I will sew a little strap with a D-ring on it to the bags, and then people can just buy that if they want. And then I'll have a whole range of wrist strap clips that you can attach to whatever bag you want, and you can pick and choose whatever colors you want to go with it. So I thought that was a better option. And that way the bags can be a little cheaper, and then you can just buy one strap and use it for multiple bags, however you want to do it. And it'll also make it fun for me to make those again. And then I got these low baskets that I'm gonna make more infinity scarves. An event I did at the end of the year, meaning last year, kind of last minute, just to use up the last bits of fabric that I had, I made some infinity scarves because I love wearing infinity scarves, especially out of the fabrics I was using, like really lightweight knits with really fun texture and color to them. And they went over really well, and it made me want to make more of them because they're quick to put together. It's a great use of like a small amount of fabric, and it's an easier accessory, like one size fits all. I make them nice and long so you can wear them once or double them over, however you want to do it. So it's not like buying a dress from me where you need to take your measurements into account. Like, scarves and bags work for everybody. And if any of these baskets aren't getting used on the front part of the table, I got some zip ties. These can be emergency backups for the grid cubes. If like I lose a connector or just something is going weird, I can reinforce it with some zip ties. But also if I use the zip ties in like 2 or 3 spots on the back of the baskets, I can attach it to the back side of the grid walls, and then I can have some storage for myself out back, which I need to be better about. My new setup is going to allow for more space for me to start with, but extra shelving like that is going to come in extra handy. Extra. That's the dollar store thing. And then a box that I mostly remember what's in there, but I think I treated myself to a couple things. This is gonna partially be as much of a surprise for me as it is for you. So a little backstory here. There's a company called Wawak, perhaps. It's where we got a lot of supplies for the costume shop I used to work at. And obviously I'm working through some baggage involving that job and finally like talking about it. But this was the first time I've given myself an excuse to shop there, and it made me feel more legitimate in a way, instead of just ordering off Amazon or just going to Joann's. Like, this is a sewing supply dealer. It's one of those stores you kind of only find out about once you're like in the industry. That's my perception of it, at least. Maybe everybody knows about this and I just was out of the loop. But I got, oh, this is even nicer than I thought it was gonna be. It's so hard to tell what the weight of stuff is going to be. It's why I don't love ordering fabric and like material online. I like getting my grubby mitts on it, but I got a 3/4 inch wide strapping because all the stuff I've had already and the things I bought last month at that discount fabric store down in Massachusetts, that was all inch wide, and all the swivel clips I have recently purchased are inch wide, as well as the D-rings, but I have some swivel clips that are 4 3/4 inch wide. Obviously needed some to fit that, so I got 2 rolls of that. I got a bunch of D-rings, which are 1 inch wide, and I got them in like a gunmetal color, so they're more of like a charcoal gray than like a bright silver. Oh, I hate that these are all individually packaged. Some of these are in bigger bags, but some of these are individually wrapped. But yeah, I got a couple different style swivel clips, and yeah, they'll fit inch wide strapping, and there's 2 different styles. There's this, and then this one that kind of indents that way. Oh, I'm so excited. And the fact that it's the gunmetal, I love it. Not that I mind the bright silver. Then I got myself some scissors. I haven't bought myself scissors in so long, but these are some like really heavy duty thread snips. They're technically called embroidery scissors, I think. Yeah. And I had a pair of these at the costume shop, and it was perfect for like, oh, they're so sharp, I'm like afraid to touch them. But something about these smaller scissors made it so much easier to, you know, if I had a bag with foam padding and multiple layers and I flipped it out, clipping it with regular scissors sometimes would just be like kind of a pain, but using the shorter ones like this, it did a beautiful job. They're nice and sharp, and something about the shortness of the blades gives a little more leverage, I guess. I don't know. And I do really like the grips on here. And then, oh, weird, but awesome. This is the same brand and style of scissors that I used at the costume shop. And I thought I was gonna be like discouraged, weirdly feeling this. Like, I've kind of been afraid to order some of this stuff and like face it. But this feels very empowering to have my own pair that I ordered with my own money that I have earned from my own efforts. And y'all have made that happen. Whether you are subscribed to the channel, you like a video, even just hanging out and watching it, but especially everybody that's supported me on Patreon and bought stuff from my Etsy shop and come to events over the years, I get to have this feeling because of y'all, and I'm very thankful for that. Cool thing about this brand specifically is left-handed scissors, which are so hard to find. They're so hard to find, just in general. But these ones, I don't know if you know about scissor blades. The blade on top that you're seeing when you're cutting in is usually on the opposite side from right-handed scissors to left-handed scissors, but these are specifically made with left-handed grips, but with the right-handed scissor alignment. So it's made specifically for people that are left-handed but have learned to use right-handed scissors and like look at the blades in a specific direction. So something most people probably don't have to think about. I'm just so dang quirky. So yeah, I got dozens of these swivel clips, and I hate that the rest of these are in individual bags, but I'm gonna spend some time organizing. Actually, I'm gonna wait to do that because I feel absolutely terrible and need to lay down. I was just too excited to open all of these, and it's hitting me again how crappy I felt before. I'm gonna take my shaky ass hands to bed and go snuggle Bert for a while, and then I will do some organizing. I also got like a heat wave happening. But yeah, my plan for tomorrow is to go and get a 6-foot folding table at Ocean State Job Lot. So hopefully I remember to take my camera with me and film the adventure and like bring you along for the ride. Not looking forward to carrying that around. Then yeah, okay. I'm gonna go lay down. I may make that other order I need to make, and then I will check in once I am getting other supplies. I'm a little more among the living. decided to just organize that stuff. Also, I didn't want to walk back into my shop and have an explosion everywhere, so that's fine. Something is dripping, and it's winter time, so that always makes me nervous, but I think it's just condensation on something. It's not like a persistent drip, so that's what I'm gonna say it is. Also, do you like my project tornado that's going on right now? Because I'm in the midst of painting some earrings that I cut out and shrank, and I have a bunch of different designs, and almost all of them came out well, so I have more than I usually do. I'm like refining some of my techniques, and I'm getting a higher success rate for everything, which I am not mad about, but I still have so much painting to do. Everything hurts because, as I said, it's wintertime, so we've been getting absolutely wrecked with snow. I did mention that I was going to destroy some inventory. Let me explain and then show you. So I have these mystery bags, right? These are all the small ones I have left. They're just bag styles I don't make anymore, so I don't want that to be part of the inventory out on the table. So it's not like they're defects or there's something wrong with them. I just don't want that to be what I'm showing off anymore. I also have a bunch of mystery earrings, and those are super popular at like conventions, but not so much art fairs, farmers market type stuff. So I just haven't been bringing that stuff with me recently, where I am doing a free comic book day event at a comic book store that runs the Granite State Comic Con. I'm not doing the Comic Con this year. I am psyched to do that like one day event beginning of May. Anyway, I put the little jewelry mystery boxes into cookie jars, and it's just a fun little like thing to pick out, and you can like see what color wrapping I have on each of them, and it is indicative of the colorway of the earrings inside, just to give you like some kind of hint as to what's going on. But then I have a couple, 4 of these big ones, and I don't think I ever sold any of them, and I hate to waste the packaging. But here's the thing, they're all Harry Potter things, and I just am unwilling to interact with it anymore. It's a bummer, like it genuinely guts me. Anytime I did sell something Harry Potter related, I was donating 10% of the proceeds to Trans Lifeline. I only ever made less than $200 of Harry Potter themed products, licensed or not. I did it for everything across the board, so I just rounded up and donated $20. But I just haven't even put stuff out on my table because I've just been uncomfortable with it. So I'm gonna open all of these robes that I think are well made. They're like a medium/large. I'm sure there is someone that wants it, but I'm just gonna pilfer the fabric off of this so I can stop thinking about them. I have a beast of a bag that's been in here for ages. Oh man, that's where you've been. I am upset. I've been looking for this traveler's notebook. I have a bag within a bag, and it's really heavy because there is a boatload of fabric in here. Oh, well, that frees up another tote bag. This is a bag that one of our pillows came in, and this is a pile of really nice Kona fabrics, which, if you know, is like a fairly expensive quilting weight cotton, the black at least. So I have a couple different variations of robe pieces cut out, and I'm just going to use this for like linings for bags, stuff like that. I'm going to use up this fabric as if it's not in the shape that it's in, which, yes, I know is a lot of wasted time and wasted work and everything, but I just can't do it. So now I won't have to buy any bag linings for a really long time. So that's something. All right, cool beans. That frees up a bunch more space. So into it. Okay, now I'm going to go lay down. I just got a wall of tired, so I think I will go rest. Maybe order the stuff I need to order and go from there. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, hi. It's the next day. I'm still in the same clothes because I haven't taken a shower yet because it's hair washing day, so I'm putting it off because I also need to dye my hair, and I'm just overwhelmed at the thought of it. So anyway, Sticker Mule order got here early. Today's Friday. I wasn't expecting this until at least Tuesday. I was expecting it next Tuesday. Avert your eyes if you don't want to see, if you're one of my mail time or custom shit Patreon tier folks. But if you want to get a sneak peek at one of the things I'll be sending out in an upcoming month, I got little guys. I got some little guys. Oh, it's so cute. I'm definitely keeping one for myself. There we go. It always takes me forever to peel this part off, but you ready for the very satisfying part? Yeah. I love him. So yeah, I got a small batch of these done just for mail time perks. So if you've been thinking about signing up, that will be a future little package I'll be sending along. Sometimes the edges are like really mangled. Obviously kind of annoying, but all of these look Oh, all right. I'll keep this one for myself because this one is more beat up than the others. I don't know if you can see, but like up here and then down here. So I'll keep that for me and I will gift the nicer ones. Okay, hi, it's Sunday the 19th and I got some packages. I started to open this and then realized I should share what's in here. So I have 2 things to open. I'm waiting on one more and then I can like do a full test run of my new setup. A thing I'm really hoping for is, in addition to having like a nice new setup and it being more aesthetically pleasing, is also being able to do my load in one trip, and I think this package here is going to make that happen. But before we jump to that, I have obviously been using my Cricut a lot to cut out the shrink plastic to make all of the jewelry I've been working on. So I got some replacement blades. These are not branded ones, but it says it's for the Cricut machine that I use, any Cricuts, I guess. So I'm sure it'll be fine. And then, oh, this is packaged in a different thing. I got some more mats. Why is that so unpleasant to touch? All right. Oh, heck yeah. There's really 3 of them? Y'all, this set of 3 was only $15, and I don't know how, because it's 3 of them, and normally they're like pushing $20 a pop. I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, it has the like certified thing. I don't know, but I got strong grip mats, which I have fabric grip ones, and I think it's a similar stickiness, and I just need a slightly stronger adhesive for the shrink plastic stuff. So I can also dedicate one of these to cutting out fabric if I do any more like felt appliques or something, because that's what I've used the Cricut to cut out before. It's a whole process. I can share how I do that if you want. I haven't had to do it in a long time, but it's how I make like custom hats. Think like Frank from 30 Rock kind of thing. All right, and then this. Oh, heck yeah. I do need to give credit to Lion Around Sewing, who makes some really cool stuff. I don't know if y'all remember my like Mortal Kombat hooded scarves, and I've made some for people with like little Pikachu faces on it, but you should go check out the ones that she makes because it's like some next level shit and they look really, really great. She makes a bunch of plushies and like the engineering that must go into that stuff, and she embroiders her own faces and everything. It's a lot of like detailed work, and I can't ever see myself going down the plushie road, so I'm like forever in awe of the stuff that she puts together. Anyway, when I am working on inventory building, whatever, sewing stuff in my shop, I have a lot of studio vlog style stuff up, and like if I'm prepping for a convention, watching a lot of Artist Alley videos. That's how I found this channel. And she got some new packing stuff, and especially because she has not similar specific items, but like we use similar materials for some of our things. Like I use fleece to make a lot of the garments that I have, so there's a specific type of like bulkiness to it. So I have some like packing cubes that are coming, and those are all going to fit into hopefully. That's the plan. I think I did measurements right. But look at this big ass zipper monster size bag. Oh, that's what she was talking about. So there are like handles here, which is great, but there are like backpack straps. Like these are proper, they're called duffel bags. I don't think like if we're getting technical into the terminology, I don't think that term actually applies, but the use of it is a similar thing. So this is a 4-pack. And oh yeah, I'm so glad. It zips all the way down here too. Oh, that's amazing. Because I do have a photo stand I use as a backdrop, because when I'm at conventions, there's usually like a ton of stuff happening behind you. I find it less distracting to the eye when there's just like a plain black backdrop, and like I've had my sign up before with my logo and everything, but just to like have some separation from the rest of the convention hall or whatever. And because my whole display is just black everything, I'm considering introducing a teal plaid table cover, because I have some ideas happening. I will show you some updates I've made to my logo. I was talking to the person that made it. I'll link her Instagram down below. She's great. Her name's Sarah, and she made my sewing room logo and my header art. Now that I'm accepting the fact that like teal is kind of my color. Y'all have probably caught on to that for like years now. I obviously love it, and all of my packaging is teal. My water bottle, some of my tattoos, it's a thing. So doing like a mini rebrand of things, not completely overhauling everything, but like little updates, little tweaks. So yeah, I have 4 of these. The thing I'm excited about is just reducing the number of storage bags that I have, because even if I just put inventory in here, I have a ton of like home goods bags hanging up behind the camera. Let me show you. This is currently how I store all my stuff. So like one of these has scraps, probably the really bulky one has a lot of scrap fabric, like fleece bits, stuff like that I use for stuffing. This is all inventory. So all my fleece cardigans and hats and stuff are in there. And then I have all my other garments, so like the dresses and sweatshirts and stuff like that. Then there's just some like random material in here. The Hogwarts robe stuff that I cut up, that was amongst this pile. So I've cleared out at least one bag, but this is actually like a sewing machine rolly bag thing that like is nice to have if I'm doing like a side job at somebody's house and fixing some clothes for them or whatever. That's what I use to transport it, but it's usually full of clothes and stuff. So I'm hoping the packing cubes I got will help with that, and then I can lug everything around in one of these. So yeah, very pleased with this. It feels like a real zhuzhed up version of like the IKEA bags. I'm just excited. So having everything in something like this and not having to bring so many like hardwood display pieces and just like things I couldn't break down. I think I'll be able to do my load-ins in one trip, but obviously we're going to test that out once my other stuff arrives. So I'm going to set this stuff aside, and then I am covering somebody's shift at the brewery today. We did do a birthday beer for me yesterday, and it was so good. So it was a dry Irish stout that we actually make with potatoes. I didn't actually do any of the brewing, but the brewery that I work for makes with potatoes. Filled a cask, which is just like a mini keg. I think it holds like 25 to 30 pints, something like that, but just little guys. Usually for someone's birthday, they will do like a little specialty thing, and just for the fun of it, you can experiment a little bit without wasting like a whole keg of beer. So mine was that dry Irish stout with cinnamon, nutmeg, and then habanero peppers. I just poked myself in the throat because I like spicy stuff, and I also like warming spices. One of the owners was very adorable last night because they called it Spicy Spud, because the name of the beer is Spud Heavy, like Bud Heavy, which is what people call regular Budweiser because there's Bud Light. It's a multi-step process to get there if you don't know about any of that like craft beer culture terminology, but that's why it is called Spud Heavy. I mean, it has potatoes in it, so probably could have just said that part, but we're calling it Spicy Spud. And I had asked at the end of the night, you know, we hung out and they brought out cupcakes and had like a little after party, whatever. I was like, this is not a critique against Spicy Spud. That definitely gets the name across and everything. I was surprised it wasn't called hot potato. The look on her face was so fun. She's just like, that's so much better than Spicy Spud. I didn't want her to feel bad. Anyway, so yeah, I worked the tap room yesterday. It was honestly overwhelming having people I don't know yell happy birthday at me like all day. Because they promoted the cask beer as my birthday beer. Is usually what happens when it is somebody's birthday there, but being on the receiving end of it, it was like, is a little bit much. It was just people being really nice. So yeah, I am covering somebody's shift today, so I don't have as much time to work in here as I thought, so I'm gonna put this stuff away and then just try to assemble as many of the earrings, necklaces as I can in the little window of time that I have. I think I have, yeah, about 2 hours to get some stuff done. Should be good. I will check in once I have something else exciting to report. Eep. Okay, my last package has arrived. Also, I did end up buying a table, so here's some footage of the table that I got. It's still wrapped up in the plastic and everything because I don't know where its permanent home is going to be. I have a lot of things to figure out, but I needed it and I got it, and it was an investment, and like I'll have that thing forever now. I can tell I'm in my 30s with how excited I am about storage containers. Also, these came a day early, so my birthday was yesterday, so today is the 22nd of March, Wednesday, right? Yeah. Also, I've mounted most of the earrings. I still have a couple more to do, and then do the necklaces, which are always more time consuming, but it's gonna be great. Also, my best friend is on her way over, and I don't think I'll be able to pack these and test it out before she gets here, but hopefully just this whole time I've been showing you a time lapse of me putting all of this in, and hopefully just having the most satisfying fit of one box into a bigger container. What I'm saying is, I think all these bags are going to solve all of my problems. Okay, hi. I did a thing. I got more packing cubes. Some fun colored ones that I think will be exciting. It's okay to be excited by things. I got some plastic ones that, I don't know. We'll see what I come up with. Oh, hi! All I did was run out to the mailbox, but apparently that was enough to wind me. Not gonna use the good scissors. I'm gonna use the craft scissors because this is a birthday present I got for myself, and I'm very excited about it. I do think I'm gonna make some adjustments to what I ordered just for my own preference of things. Oh, cute! So this is from a brand called Garbage Humans, and I found them on TikTok. I love so many of this person's designs, but when I saw this, if you've known me for any amount of time, cute, yeah, see, there's their business card. Love it. They sent me a free little sticker that says trash. Gonna put this on my water bottle and a little thank you card. And then, are you ready? Oh, amazing. Okay, straight up, I was a little bummed that the listing that I selected had dollar signs on these little coins and not the cent ones, because it looks like some of her older versions had the cents, but these have the cents because you put quarters into the machine. But it's a little coin slot thing because this bitch loves skee ball more than most things on this planet. I am absolutely obsessed with them. I'm so excited. You know what? I was gonna just remove the stud part if it was the dollar bill sign and just wear the coin slots as little dangles. But the stud is like what really brings the whole thing together. So I think I might actually wear these like they are intended to. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. I'm actually very proud of myself for letting me buy something just for me, because all the stuff I've been showing you, yes, feels like I've been treating myself, but it has been like business expenses. It is making my life easier, which I didn't used to think was worth spending money on. Listen, we're learning, we're growing, we're talking to our therapists, but I very rarely spend any money that I make on me. And I got to go to PAX East yesterday, which is a convention I've always wanted to check out because I do like a good board game and I do like certain video games. I'm not into much in the way of newer things, but I love a Sega game. I love a little Nintendo number. That's the stuff I grew up on and is like part of my core as a human. But I was mostly there for like the indie tabletop games. So let me show you what I got myself. Oh, and puzzles. There were puzzles. There was a whole nother puzzle room I didn't get to go into just because there wasn't enough time. But oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is the bag I had brought with me. And this is a wallet my fairy god Cheryl gave me. Okay. This is a business expense because I'm gonna make more jewelry. Listen, if you have a bunch of old dice laying around that you want to send my way, I do have a P.O. box, just throwing it out there because it's just occurring to me. Like, this is the kind of thing that I sometimes have laying around and like would love to give to somebody else, so it's not taking up physical and mental space. But it's like a assorted 100-pack of polyhedral dice, so anything from a D4 to a D20 looks like. Oh, this is the other thing that does count as a business expense because I'm gonna end up building it with y'all on here. But speaking of dice, there's this Ukrainian company that was selling stuff there, and it's like a little model kit, but it's like a functional thing, and it's a little dice keeper. I'm really excited to see how it goes together. They also have a dice tower, and I'm really sad they didn't have it for sale there because it looks really fun to make, and that's something I would use. There was other stuff. There was like a starry, planetary, like moving musical box that looked so cool, but I have a good place to put that kind of stuff, so this can at least go with my like D&D things. Where I'm curious how big it is. I can't really tell from the box. I keep all my D&D stuff in this little basket thing that I outfitted last year, actually almost exactly a year ago, in a video right before I got my tonsillectomy. So having all of this together, yeah, even at its biggest, it'll fit on top. So very excited about that. And then here are the things I actually got for myself that weren't business expenses. Is this game called Kites. It involves 6 different of those like flip sand timers, and they have different amounts of time that they go for, which I didn't know was an option. I thought one of them was broken when we were play testing it, but it is Panic that I honestly thoroughly enjoy. I'm not like a competitive game player, so I don't get upset about losing, and that includes when it's like a collaborative effort, but it is a lot of fun to try. And then I don't know if any of you have ever done Exit the Game. It's like an escape room in a box. I've done a bunch of these, and then I walked by this 4 or 5 times. I walked by all of these things at least 4, if not more times. And this one in particular, I don't know why I was finding it so hard, because I have had some of my favorite afternoons of the past couple years doing exit the game boxes. These specific ones are by a brand called Cosmos. I'm sure there are other escape room in a box kits, but I can't recommend this company enough. They know what they're doing. All that German engineering, you know? But this is Lord of the Rings themed, and how could I not? How could I not? I wonder if my partner would do this with me, actually. And yeah, it was a really great day. I also got to get a really good burrito off of a food truck. Just hang out with some friends that I feel like I don't get to see enough, but I feel like that about all of my friends, I suppose. Anyway, that is my birthday week haul, other than all of the storage things I've been showing. We're not done yet. I still have to do my entire test display. I need like a solid day to do it, so either tomorrow or maybe on Monday. That will be interrupted with a sports medicine doctor visit, because we're trying to figure out how to help all of my chronic pain problems. This week has been very hard. Like, I'm sure I'm going to be hurting extra tomorrow, because I had to marathon sew like 40 shirts with patches on both sleeves this morning as soon as I woke up. So this week off I was trying to take has turned into a lot of work. Yesterday was my only full day off of things. And once I finished that pile of sewing I had to get done for one of my part-time jobs, I did go back to bed with Bert and just snuggle him for a couple hours, meaning like an hour and a half. And now all I want to do is sit and finish putting together the earrings I was working on. So I might do that. There's one thing I'm going to test before I do anything else though, and that's to see if these duffel bags that I got fit in my wagon, because that is going to make all of the difference as far as me getting into events. I think I'll be able to wear it as like a backpack, at least one of them. So I'm going to see what I can figure out, because I have a couple other things that I don't want to put in the duffel bag because they're too heavy to go in that big of a container. And I will need more room to put the other garments I have on my cutting table that are like going to get made for this event, hopefully. I mean, I have a bunch of events coming up. So actually, when you're seeing this, next weekend, April 8th, I'm going to be at Mill number 5 for the Fiber Fest. It took me a bit to give myself the credit of calling myself a fiber artist, but I make things with fibrous materials, so why I was not allowing that, I don't know. But anyway, now's not the time to psychoanalyze. Let's go grab the wagon and test fit these duffel bags. All right, here she is. Oh, you know what? I think they're gonna fit perfectly. Actually, I bet I can put them upright. I bet I can put one upright in here and then put the other lighter one on my back. Oh my god. Oh my god. This might actually work. I didn't want to get my hopes up too much, but I may be able to load it in one load and not 2 or 3. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. All right, here's the very full one. Oh, beautiful. Okay, but yeah, I do think I'm going to need to have her upright. Then if I have my grid cube box and my jewelry storage, I gotta find another strap to go around the whole thing so it doesn't just open up on its own. And there's still a bunch of room for, yeah, like my baskets. I'm gonna need to find a tote bag or something to put these in. But knowing that there's this kind of space in here, and then honestly, I have this across and I'm like holding on to the top of the bag. I can do this whole thing in one load. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is actually going to happen. So the only other thing I'll need to carry is my garment rack with all my hangers on it. But that's very lightweight and I can do that with my other arm. It's going to work. This is kind of a big deal, y'all. This is going to cut down the time I spend at Mill number 5 events by so much, because I feel like so much of my load in, load out time is just waiting for the elevator. And only having to do one trip is kind of a big deal. This is awesome. This feels very good. Off to make more inventory, I suppose. Oh, actually, I did decide I'm going to put all the connectors for my grids in this bag, because I can't see anything else I would use it for. And it would be nice to have them all in one spot instead of in their separate sleeves. So I'm going to do that. And then, yeah, make some more jewelry. And then cut out other fabric. And then making all of the things. Okay, hi, good morning. It is Monday, the 28th? The 27th, I can count. I have just reorganized my whole, this thing. So I have my mystery jewelry, which I save for like con type events, like I'm doing free comic book day, first weekend in May. Can you tell how tired I am? I peopled too hard the past couple days. And then I have some empty jewelry boxes. I'm probably gonna put more empty jewelry boxes in here, but just in case I need some extra space, I'm gonna keep some of these pockets open. And then I reorganized all of my other jewelry and I packaged all the new stuff I made. I don't know how much I showed of this, but just in case, I made new little backing cards. So it says Sewing Nerd Studios, handmade in New Hampshire. And I have a QR code to my link tree behind it so that if someone buys some of these, I need more bags this size. I tried buying some and then they were like half this big, and I don't know why they do this to me. It was packaged like this, so like I assumed I was buying these, but in fact was buying these, which is good for like the backup pairs of stuff, or like if I need to put a necklace in here that's going to be a display piece, it doesn't need to be on the backing card because it's got to get taken off for the display. When I put it on my little hangers that I made, I do need to make another batch of these because there's not enough for all the designs I have. This was a big undertaking and I'm so glad I did it. I do think I'm going to make a few new earrings just to restock like my Adventure Zone stuff, but that's the only thing really on my radar other than making more hangers. I'm feeling really good about all this stuff I got done. And I did it in like little chunks as I felt like it, so it's not like I got overwhelmed by it at any point. I'm so pleased. It was so fun. I love doing this like little packaging stuff. It can get a bit much when I have so much to do. And yeah, like if I can find the taller bags, I will add backing cards to all of the ones that don't have it, because the ones that do have backing cards will basically be the displays that aren't hanging. I'm gonna have little cups on my table that have all the packaged jewelry, and then if someone buys something that there's another set of, I'll give them the one that I have in here and keep the one on the backing card in the display. But I have extra backing cards to give them, so it'll be like a little thank you card, or I'm gonna print some thank you cards. I'm undecided. The other thing I need to invent is my own little price tags, because I have these handwritten ones on these things that I used to use for all of my jewelry backings, and I just want to have like more cohesive branding. What a wild thing to be talking about. I'm so proud of myself for like working on this side of things and treating myself like a goddamn business owner, because that's what I'm doing here, right? And this feels like a lot more professional of a setup, and I'm excited. I hope it helps things. The time has come to do the test setup for my table. There's nothing else coming in that has to do with that. I did order some new stickers with the logo upgrade that I made where I changed some colors around. But yeah, the thing I've been like chomping at the bit to work on is the table setup. So let's go give it a whirl. Battery died while I was building the thing, but look at it. I'll have a little panel here for jewelry to hang off of, and I think price lists here, and then my sign can go on the tall one. So that's the only like tweak I've made, and now I'm gonna lay out some inventory, and I need to continue charging this, so I guess you'll just have to see it at the end. Ugh. The way I have spent my entire morning in the coldest room in the house, like I think it's colder in the mudroom than it is outside. But okay. Obviously I didn't like fill everything in, right? Like I didn't test putting the sign up here. Also, am I too tall for this? Question. should I put, so I got some risers for like the table legs to make it a little taller, but I didn't know if that was gonna be like too much. But I'll, like, people will be able to see me. I mean, I guess I slouch anyway. I'll be like backed up. So it should be fine. It should be fine. All right, let's do a little tour. Oh, my hands are going numb. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little basket with some scarves. There will be more, and I'm gonna change these price tags as well. Then I have tote bags hanging here. I really like this setup. I just didn't put the horizontal, I remember directions. I didn't put the horizontal one here, so there's enough room for it to hang, and it gives breathing room for this corner right here. So then I have all my little hangers. I need to make more, and then I like that the length of all my necklaces are about the same. I do 24 inches. The fact that all the charms are gonna hang along like a solid black backdrop is perfect. I also didn't know if the teal tablecloth was going to be too much, but especially because all of this stuff is black, I actually think it works out really well and like adds that bit of color. I am going to stitch down these sides here just so it's like, I actually don't mind the serged edge, or am I just being lazy? I'm going to think about it. What next? Okay, so I'm going to have these here, and I'm going to have a little sign that says like, can convert any earrings to necklaces to keychains, like something like that. If someone wants to have this as like a key ring, I have all the tools available to do that. So I just gotta make sure I bring like a little kit with pliers and everything. And then here I'm gonna hang the keychain wristlet things I'm gonna make with the nylon strapping I bought. So obviously I have to make them first, but I'm gonna hang those here and have a little price tag above it. So there'll be like a row right here. And then next to that, right here, I'm gonna make the wristlets without the wrist straps, but still with the D-ring hanging off here, like a little tab with the D-ring. So then the wristlets will hang here and be, you know, that little bit cheaper. And then if they wanna add a wrist strap, they can add that on separately. I'll have like the little swivel clip things that like the clicky clickies, you know? I think I'm gonna leave this blank and not cover it with anything else. But here I will wrap around wristlets just like I did with these wristlets here. And then I'll have a little price menu here. I'll have my Sewing Nerd sign there. And then I'll have, actually, I'm not going to test this out right now because I have an appointment I have to go to. I can just take 2 panels out and see how it fits. And if it's a problem, I can fuck around with it after. Actually, maybe converting one of these to like a permanent Sewing Nerd sign wouldn't be the worst thing. Ooh, ideas are happening. Also, I've changed my logo since I printed the signs that I got anyway, so whatever. Have some other pricing situation here, I suppose. Maybe divvy up the signs, price menus either side. Maybe have like, these are the forms of payment I take. Oh, and then I'm gonna have a note up here, but also jewelry's gonna hang there. I'm gonna have one, probably a jackalope necklace on this, and then I'll have the packaged bits in here. So I'll just have a whole pile of them inside of here. And then I'll have my keychains in here. I decided I'm also gonna add backing cards to the keychains because why not? Right here, I wanna print out a picture of Bert and stick it here and then have a sign that if someone, I'm unsure if I want to do, if they follow me on Instagram on my business one, or if they subscribe to me on YouTube. I guess I can make it either way. And then I will give them a free little Bert pin, or maybe just with each sale they get a free little Bert pin. I don't know. I still have a whole bunch of these and I don't want to sell them because they're from Sticker Mule and like they're good as giveaways, but not like sellable items. I don't know. I'm annoyed about their pins. They're still cute as heck. And then, you know, it's a good way to kind of move them along. And also I just want some Bert art. So I'll probably just make a sticker and then attach it here ahead of time. I think that's a good idea. Then I have my dice bags here and my dumpling pouches and my keychains. I actually really like this layout. I'm going to make more of both of these. I'm going to futz around a little bit. Maybe I'll move these further back, like in a little bit more. Yeah, tuck these further back a little bit and then I'll have more room here. I'm gonna play around with it. These aren't like, these are more space fillers, you know? And then here are gonna be sweaters in these 2 tiers. I'm gonna stack them up and I will also be hanging some down the side. I can usually fit 2 along here, but possibly 3, I'm not sure. This is the tallest I've ever had my display, is 4 cubes high, where I can definitely fit 2 cardigans if I have 3, but yeah, I might be able to fit a 3rd up there. And then to the side that you can't see is where the garment rack is going to be. And what I'm excited about is that it's just going to be the clothes, because the tote bags I usually put on the lower rung and now they're just going to have their own home here. So I think that's going to make shopping in general easier and make it look less cluttered. So I think we did it, gang. I think it's gonna work out really well. I'm so excited. Oh, and then I have my jackalope bags that I printed. I only have a couple left. I didn't add the hardware to the side, so I don't want to have them up here and like confuse people. Plus, like, I printed these myself, so it's kind of a different situation. And I am sorely tempted to keep this one for myself. I might, if it continues not to sell. I think I made 6 and I sold 2 of them, so there's 4 left. And I'm really proud of these. These are like my favorite thing that I've made. So I might make some patches or something. And yeah, I'll have my like Venmo and Square reader sign here. And then I don't want to put anything back here. I'll just keep this little space open and make it look like a little register. And then while I had all the stuff out, I kept having ideas for stuff I need to do. Like maybe make thank you cards and like the idea for the Burt pins and stuff. And make sure I do garment price tags and scarf price tags. The note about like jewelry hangs here, and then the keychain loop things are going to go here, and then backing cards for keychains. So like any notes I thought of while I was doing all of this, I wrote down so I don't have to try to remember, and like all the signage I need to make. There was a rooster crowing and a dog barking very loud. I don't know what's happening, but anyway, I am gonna go to my doctor's appointment and try to warm up, and then I will pack up the rest of this afterwards. It is, yeah, 11:30. I have about 15 minutes till I have to head out, so I can tuck some stuff away, but packing up after. And then I think that's where I'm going to leave off this video, actually. And before I say anything else, I would not have been able to upgrade my stuff like this and get the new storage bags and everything if it wasn't for everyone over on Patreon. Like, obviously, y'all that buy stuff from my Etsy shop, which is some of you from Patreon as well, that keeps my business afloat. Patreon is my most dependable income every month, which is bonkers that it's like a self-made thing that feels really good. And I just hope you know that like you are helping me succeed in so many ways, and I don't know how to like ever repay you for that. So thank you for liking what I'm doing and being here for the journey of me also learning to like myself and what I'm doing. So it's been a long road and we still have so far to go. But with that, I'm gonna go see if I can get some help for my shoulder pain. I don't have high expectations, but it's someone else in my corner helping me try to sort my life out. So yeah, I will see you all back here with another video next Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out. All the small things. And because I'm a hoarder, I'm going to keep this container as well. And then a little drawstring one that says shh, secret on it, which it must be for like underwear or something. God forbid someone knows you wear undergarments.